The sea is rising, Jakarta is sinking, Miami is flooding, the Maldives might disappear. So we have a choice: build giant walls, retreat inland, or, option 3, live on the water, floating cities, not cruise ships, not oil rigs, real permanent cities with schools, parks and hospitals, all floating on interconnected platforms. Sounds like science fiction, right? But it's happening. The UN is backing Oceanix Busan, a prototype city off South Korea's coast for 10,000 people. The tech is real, the need is urgent, and construction is underway. The question isn't if it's possible, but how, and what it'll be like to live there. This is a fundamental shift in how we think about where we can live. Can we be Aquaman? Maybe not the talking to fish part, but the living on the ocean part. That's what we're here to find out. Today, we set sail. 11. Living on the ocean isn't new, and its modern roots are more political than environmental. Enter seasteading, the dream of building independent nations in international waters, free from existing laws and taxes. Championed by the Seasteading Institute and backed by Peter Thiel, the idea was to create floating city-states, startup societies experimenting with new ways to live. Their first real attempt was in French Polynesia, but local opposition and political hurdles killed the project in 2018. The political dream faded, but the engineering survived. The focus shifted. Instead of new countries, why not floating suburbs for existing cities? This pivot made the idea practical and attractive to city governments and the UN. The technical groundwork, materials, stability, modular construction, became the foundation for today's projects. The tech outlived the ideology. Now, with rising sea levels, the technology built for a political experiment is being used for climate adaptation. The story of floating cities is no longer about escaping government, it's about surviving the future. 13. Fast forward to today. Meet Oceanix Busan. This is a real-world prototype, developed with Busan and UN Habitat to tackle rising sea levels head-on. Why Busan? It's a major port city, home to millions, and highly vulnerable to flooding. The Plan 3 interconnected floating platforms, covering 15.5 acres, housing 10,000 people, modular and expandable to 100,000. Think Legos, but on the ocean. The platforms are built with biorock, a self-repairing limestone-like material that gets stronger over time. Sustainability is at the core: closed-loop water, waste-to-energy, and on-site food production. The city is moored to the seabed with flexible connections, rising and falling with the tide, so storm surges just lift the city up. In a tsunami, being offshore is actually safer than being on land. Oceanix Busan isn't just a new city, it's a new way to live with the ocean, not against it. It's a paradigm shift in coastal safety and urban design. Let's talk construction. How do you build a city that floats? The answer: marine-grade concrete, reinforced and coated with biorock for durability. The platforms use a honeycomb structure, hollow shells filled with lightweight foam, making them strong yet buoyant. The hexagonal shape isn't just cool, it's nature's strongest, allowing easy expansion. Each platform is built on land, then towed out and connected to the city grid. Need a new school? Add a platform. Need a park? Add another. The mooring system anchors the city, but lets it move with the tides. In storms, the low profile and ballast features help the city ride out waves, not fight them. It's a resilient, adaptive approach, absorbing the ocean's energy instead of resisting it. This is construction reimagined for a watery world. Oceanix Busan is the headline, but the Maldives is already building for survival. The Maldives Floating City is a lifeline for a nation just 1.5 meters above sea level. Designed with Dutch partners, it's a full city in a lagoon near Malé, thousands of homes, shops, schools, and a hospital. The design mimics local coral patterns, forming a network of floating neighborhoods and canals. Homes are colorful, affordable, and built for Maldivians at risk of displacement. The first residents move in soon, because they have no time to waste. Platforms are built locally, then towed into place, creating jobs and skills. Like Oceanix, the city rises with the tide, immune to sea level rise. For the Maldives, this isn't a tech demo, it's cultural survival. It's a statement: we will not be climate refugees. The Maldives is quietly proving floating cities can be real, fast, and for everyone. How do you power and feed a floating city? Solar panels cover the platforms. No shadows, just endless sun. Wave energy converters and ocean thermal energy conversion, OTEC, tap the ocean for 24/7 power. For food, the ocean itself is the farm. Vertical gardens of seaweed and shellfish clean the water and feed the city. No fields of wheat, just regenerative ocean farming. On land, vertical farms, aeroponics and aquaponics grow fresh produce in closed loops. Fish waste fertilizes plants. Plants clean water for fish. The result: a city that could export clean energy and food, not just survive. Floating cities transform from consumers to producers, a sustainable model for the future. Who's in charge of a floating city? For now, projects like Oceanix Busan and the Maldives Floating City are within national waters, so they follow the host country's laws. They're floating districts, not independent nations. This provides legal certainty, security, and access to national infrastructure. But what about the original dream? Cities in international waters. Out there, it's a legal gray area. No country, no clear rules. Recognition as a new nation would be a diplomatic nightmare. Until international law catches up, floating cities will stay tethered, physically and legally, to existing countries. 10. Will everyone be seasick? Not likely. These aren't boats. They're massive, stable platforms with minimal movement. Mooring systems keep them steady, rising gently with the tide. Most of the time, it feels like solid ground. During storms, movement is slow and predictable, not the sharp motion that causes seasickness. For the sensitive few, modern meds help. Psychologically, living on water will be new. Some will love the freedom and views, others may feel isolated. Designers are adding parks, open spaces, and varied architecture to create real communities, not just floating boxes. The first residents will be pioneers, shaping the culture of ocean living. 11. Floating cities aren't just about survival, they're the launch pads for the blue economy. Clean energy, sustainable food, and blue tech startups could thrive here. Imagine marine robotics, underwater vehicles, and ocean research based right in the city. Floating cities could host data centers cooled by the sea and ecotourism resorts. They're perfect for scientific research, exploring the ocean's mysteries and finding new medicines or materials. Tourism, research, and industry all benefit from this new infrastructure. Floating cities turn crisis into opportunity, creating jobs, wealth, and breakthroughs. It's about building a new relationship with the ocean, not just surviving it. Floating cities. Radical, but maybe not so unnatural. Amsterdam and Venice were built in water. Floating cities are just the next step. Instead of building on mud, we build on platforms that float. If the ground isn't stable, we let go of it. The technology is here, and the need is real. Busan and the Maldives are proving it's possible. Is this the future of coastal living, or a high-tech fantasy? Would you live on a floating hexagon? Let us know in the comments. Don't drift away. Subscribe.